This presentation covers the reporting and payment processes for the EMFAF-funded eGrants. It explains how to work with eGrants IT tools, Funding and Tender Opportunities Portal, and Sigma during the implementation of the EU-funded project.
The first process is the continuous reporting, where you can upload deliverables and add other reporting information at any time during the life cycle of the project. As you see, continuous reporting module starts when the project has been signed and continues till the end of the project and beyond. So continuous reporting activated at the time the project starts. On your left hand of the screen, you see your project data. You see your call, type of action, acronym, current phase, requested contribution. The continuous reporting is the active process, as you see in this metro line. The archive process is your gap, proposal management and grant preparation. Clicking on the continuous reporting data takes you to the first tab, which is the summary for publication. In this tab, all fields are mandatory. The text have to be entered gradually. For the final period, include the conclusion of the action. The next tab is the deliverables, ethics, DMP, and other reports. In this tab, the coordinator will have to upload and submit to the Commission. EU officer is notified. As you see here, the coordinator has uploaded a deliverable which is in the draft state, and he clicks on the button Submit the deliverable. The EU officer is notified. He can approve the deliverable or request modification. The status with pending and a red background means the estimated delivery date has passed. Here you see the different statuses of the deliverables: pending, draft, submitted, and approved. This is where the coordinator uploads the deliverables. In this tab, you see the milestones which are imported from the gap. In this tab, you have to mention if you have achieved it and specify the delivery date. The critical risk tabs, these are imported from the gap process. You can update your foreseen risk by clicking on the state of the play comments, or you can add unforeseen risk. This is the dissemination tab. Here you have to specify the total funding amount used for dissemination and communication activities linked to the project. Specify the number of dissemination and communication activities linked to the project for each of the following categories. For example, organization of a conference, organization of a workshop, exhibition, flyer, training. You need to specify also the estimated number of persons reached in the context of all dissemination and communication activities in each of the following categories: scientific community, industry, civil society, policymakers, media, investors. So this is the patent tab. In this tab, you specify if you have the patents by clicking on the Add IPR. If your project does not have, then you are supposed to click this checkbox. The next tab is the innovation. Does this project include the following activities, and if so, how many of each? Prototype, clinical trials, testing activities. Will the project lead to launching one of the following into the market? Please tick all relevant boxes: new products, goods or services, new process, new method. How many private companies in your project have introduced or planning to introduce innovation? Companies introducing innovation new to the market, how many of these are SMEs? Companies introducing innovation new to the company, how many of these are SMEs?
This is the SME Impact tab. This is a questionnaire to measure the impact of EMFAF program on growth and job creation in participating SMEs. You need to add updated information here on turnover of the company and add number of employees. For example, the SME name, financial year accounts, type of data entry, turnover, and number of employees.
The next tab is the gender. So gender of research and other workforce involved in the project. Please note that the researchers count must include researchers at all levels, postdocs and PhD students. Figures must be provided in ED count. The count for a beneficiary should include the staff working for its third parties if applicable. So here you have to mention for each beneficiary the number of female researchers, number of male researchers, number of female in the workforce other than researchers, number of males in the workforce other than researchers, total number of females in the workforce, total number of males in the workforce. Then gender dimension. Does this project include a gender dimension in research content? Yes or no? The last tab is the training activities. Here you need to mention the name of the organizer, training name, training type, training area, duration, male attendees, female attendees, and the total attendees. Let's talk about the periodic reporting process. As you see here, the periodic reporting process starts at the end of each period and goes up to the final period. This is the procedure for the reporting and payment. All beneficiaries receive a notification at the end of the reporting period. All beneficiaries contribute to the periodic technical part of the report, complete their own financial statement, final reporting requirements including CFS if it's greater than 325K, PF sign, project financial signatory of each beneficiary, e-signs and submits the financial statement to the coordinator. The coordinator approves and submits the elements. That means the technical part and the financial statements of the report. Note the deadline for submission of reports is 60 days after the end of the period. The EU services review the submitted report and accept or reject it. Deadline for payments 90 days after the first submission, subject to approval of the technical report. If reports incomplete, session back to the coordinator, suspension of the payment deadline, and the interim payment or the payment of the balance at the end of the project. As you see in this screen, we have the periodic reporting, which has the technical part of the periodic report, the financial statement, and the periodic report 1 composition. Clicking on the periodic report 1 composition, you see the technical part of the periodic report with status draft and other financial statements with status draft or sent to CO. When I click now on the technical part of the periodic report, it shows a series of tabs where data had been filled during the continuous process. And there is a new tab, the technical report part B. The coordinator will need to upload the part B of the periodic technical report as a PDF. There is a template which needs to be downloaded, filled, and then uploaded by the coordinator. The next task is the technical part of the periodic report, which needs to be logged for review, and this is done by the coordinator. The technical part needs to be accepted and included by the coordinator, and when it's done, when I click on the periodic report composition, I see now this technical part of the periodic report is included. So each beneficiary should complete the financial data by filling in the respective cost categories. You need to also upload the cost detail table. each beneficiary needs to lock the financial statement. This would then freeze the data and generate a PDF document. Once done, they will not be able to unlock to draft or sign and submit. This is done by the project financial signatory. As you see in this slide, the PF sign, that means the project financial signatory of each beneficiary, will click on sign and submit. There will be a pop-up screen to confirm and they click on OK. And now this financial statement will have the status sent to coordinator. So if the coordinator clicks on the periodic report 1 composition, you will see that the financial statement as the status sent to CO. This is the technical part of the periodic report, which has been already included. The coordinator now approves the financial statement in the periodic report composition. So you see the button include. So that's financial statement is included and it will then go into the periodic report composition. Now, as you see, the periodic report 1 composition carries the technical part with status included and the financial statement also included. In this screen, I just show you only one financial statement, but if you have multi beneficiaries, you will have many financial statements, and this will all be sent as one single package. So as you see here, the coordinator submits to EU and there will be a message, you're about to submit the periodic report to the EU. Press the submit to EU button and he will say, I agree with the condition and submit to EU. As you see here, the metro line shows that it is now submitted. You can also see all the attachments as a PDF. And here the process history shows that the coordinator has submitted the report. Now, what happens is that the EU officer can accept, ask for revision. That means the suspension letter will be sent and the consortium will need to modify the data and resend. Or ask for additional information. Once again, the suspension letter is sent and they should send a document with the required information. If reports rejected by EU, that means revised, then what happens? As you see here, the technical part of the periodic report contribution is EC requested revision and the financial statement is also been rejected. So as you see here, the both are status draft and draft. The coordinator is notified. They have to then revise, lock for review, and then the coordinator has to send once again, submit to EU. If the EU asks for additional information, then they have to upload a document. So as you see here, suspension payment deadline, request for additional information. They have to read and upload the additional supporting documents. So they have the button upload and then they click on complete. Complete means send to EU. EU will assess and they might accept or reject again. So as you see here, the process history shows EU requested additional supporting documents. If reports accepted by EU, then what happens? The process is closed. So that's why it's all black. So you see draft, submitted, and paid. Then the interim payment letter, because this is the interim payment, will then be sent to the coordinator. So as you see here, close the process, paid completely the accepted periodic report to the coordinator. So if reports accepted by EU, all these attachments will be sent. For example, as you see here, the interim payment letter carries the financial statement assessment per participant, the payment of the balance letter to the coordinator, financial state situation, and the payment calculation sheet. And the process is closed. So as you see here, the metro line shows that they have been paid and the interim payment letter is sent. EU closed the process.
Support, help, and online manual. If you go to the Funding and Tenders Opportunities portal and you will choose how to participate, then reference documents, you shall filter by the program EMFAF, you will get documents, templates, and forms for your disposal. There is also IT help desk and support services for the EMFAF program. You can see how to get there on this slide. There is also online manual and IT how-to for your disposal.